So I wanted to pop in here quickly. I'm going to try to maybe not do as many of the minutia videos. We're in turn 2, back to the operations phase. The attrition phase happened after movement. This guy here that's out of supply got back in supply, so he doesn't take the attrition step loss. Movement happened. These guys tried to overrun here. I think they actually did pretty well. And these guys tried to overrun here. I guess, but first, these guys tried to overrun here. So nothing was terribly successful. This one especially wasn't very good for the French. This one was pretty terrible for, I think it ended up being 1-to-1 for the Viet Minh. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but there's specific stacking order in the rules, which I'm not paying much attention to. Things like that are hard for me to really pay attention to because I come and go. So I don't want to have to look in the rules each time which way my stack needs to go. I'm not checking the stacks though, so if I'm taking the Viet Minh turn and he wants to overrun, I'm just doing it without looking what's in the stack because we're not supposed to be able to look. So I think I brashly went into that one, but you know, it happens, and it would happen in the game. Maybe there would be a little bit more knowledge as to what's in that than I'm having, which might mean the French have a little bit more of an advantage because I'll take a Viet Minh turn and then a French turn. But my memory's pretty terrible in general. So that's where we stand going into operations. As you can see here and here in Hanoi, both players are spending. They want their full capabilities going into the operations phase. The Viet Minh maybe didn't need to. They'll get to attack. I guess that's really the only benefit. They don't have much artillery on the board right now to barrage. And I think maybe I'm all stupidly moved. Yeah, so I think there's some barrage here, or some artillery here and here maybe. But they're both spending. So we'll see how it shakes out. I'll probably pop back in at the end of the operations phase, or if something crazy happens. Alright, here we are at the end of the second turn's operation. The second turn's operation, these guys forgot to move back, but they didn't do anything else, so they could have moved during that last French operation. This turn was pretty ugly. The Viet Minh want to do some fighting here, but they were out of supply range to do overruns, and out of the spending supply dump, so they couldn't do a regular attack. The French here are trying to wear this guy down, and it seemed like it was going to happen. Viet Minh pulled back, and they're gonna fight back here. The French are pretty well entrenched here. They're just going to try to hold on for the minor victory. This last turn is probably going to be a little grueling for me because it's just going to be overrun, overrun, overrun the way it's working, unless we can get no, I can't, unless we could get these guys a supply depot somehow up here, and then they can fire instead of doing overruns. Although I don't know that that would help terribly much. So this last turn will be December of 1952. It's going to be a rough one. I know I had said initially that I was just going to try to play a campaign right after this. I think I need a break from it to relook over the rules, because I kind of tend to get in a rut where I do the same things over and over again, and I don't want to do that to this game. So we'll come back in a little bit. Oh, see, you can see how bloody there it was. That's just got those guys. They weren't involved in many battles. They're kind of cannon fodder. Over here, though, the French definitely took some major losses. A lot of it was here. And I think they did they overran here. And, you know, they don't know what the odds are there. And I really don't think about it when I'm on the attack. They were at 1-2 and I think rolled really low. So that's the end of turn 2 in the Na-San scenario. Well, bad news, boys and girls. We're at the same point in the game, but it's Saturday morning and I was sitting on the couch reading over the rules. Just wanting to cement some of the things that I was doing. A few didn't seem right that I was doing right. However, I don't know how I missed it. This says a hex. So I think I saw move and then each unit can choose whether, and that says each unit. Maybe this should say 1. So I've been doing the operations completely incorrectly. With each operation point spent, I was moving everyone, which probably put the game at this stalemate. Maybe not a stalemate, but this kind of grinding it out stage too soon. So with this intro scenario, I'm just going to scrap it. I feel like I have enough of the rules down that I would like to incorporate the reinforcement phase right there, which this scenario doesn't use, and kind of play around with it a little bit more. So, and I think that will kind of reinvigorate how I'm seeing the game, because it will be more, maybe more tactical at that point, instead of just overrun. So we will get it set back up. These might not even be seen, but I wanted to record a conclusion.